Hello, everyone. Welcome. I forgot to pull this. Hello. There it is. All right. Be able to hear me a teeny bit better now. And let's make sure you can see me. There we go. Okay. Today has been an interesting day. I don't even know how to put it. In the house of the Boston Trophy wife, I guess. I've been struggling with my Wi-Fi for a little while now. We've switched to a very, 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 very expensive Wi-Fi mesh system. uh, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that. Um, and so, for those who don't know, a Wi-Fi mesh system, uh, like, how do I put this? We're in an apartment that, in theory, you could have one router, one Wi-Fi router, which would cover enough space to cover the whole apartment. You could get Wi-Fi on every corner. In reality, with our apartment, that didn't seem to be possible. My office here and my bedroom are actually in the back of the apartment, and we tried to have the router in kind of a centralized location, but even then, it seemed like there was a chimney. There's a bunch of appliances because I'm behind the kitchen. There's a bunch of appliances in the way, so it didn't seem to penetrate far enough that I actually got decent Wi-Fi signal back here. Like, we pay for gigabit internet service, and I was getting like 200, 300 megabits per second, so I was kind of salty about that. Anyway, we decided to go ahead with a mesh system, which basically has two different Wi-Fi access points, but only one router. So we have one router that doubles as a Wi-Fi access point, and that's kind of where it used to be, in the dining room, a couple rooms away. And then there's another node that's actually right here in my office. And the idea was that they communicate with each other over a dedicated wireless signal. And that, because it's not cluttered by anything else, will be a stronger signal and be able to connect and provide internet to this side of the house. For a while, it seemed to be working really, really well, and I got really consistent, good speeds. I actually had my desktop hardwired into the node so that I got the exact same speed that the node was getting, like no extra latency or anything like that. It was good. Over the last 2, 3 weeks, it seems to have been degrading, and I couldn't really figure out why. But what I was basically figuring out was that the node was losing connection with the router over and over again. Um, and I thought about different ways to make it work, like, moving the node a little further out, trying to string a wire different ways. And ultimately, when I brought this up to my roommates again today, because today was definitely the last straw, it went from like a couple of hitches on trying to load web pages to my laptop over here not being able to run my stream. Like, it would just buffer over and over again, and even though I was seeing that my bit rate was steady and that I was broadcasting okay, it would something was happening on the receiving end. And so I would have dead spots back here again, which was, removing those was the point of having a mesh system. So, um to test it, just to test it, I took out this really friggin' long Ethernet cable that I have from when I first moved down here. Because when I first moved down here, I was on the third floor of a house. The router was on the first floor, and I actually had to string. I had to string an Ethernet cable up the chimney into my bedroom because there happened to be a vent up there. It worked out pretty well for the time, but I had this really long Ethernet cable, so I actually strung the router and the node together wired. So instead of having a wireless connection between the two of them, there was now this wired one, supposedly more. The idea behind it was that it was going to be more stable, but I was trying to avoid running wires across the entire house. Um, well, once I did that, it fixed that issue and a whole bunch of other issues all at once. And so it was like, I really like it. I want to keep it, but we can't have a cable running through the middle of the kitchen. It's literally like in the middle of the floor. So yeah, I spent a good bit of time stringing that cable in various different ways to try and find the optimal route with the least amount of disruption. Turns out going through my roommate's bedroom was the best way, and that felt weird, but um I mean, it's out of the way. It's not going to trip them at all. I made sure to tape it down so it's not going to get caught indoors. It runs along the baseboard behind a bunch of things like their dresser and like their TV stand, so it's completely out of the way. And then it runs under carpets for the rest of it. Basically, it runs under a little carpet in order to get behind the fridge, and then from the fridge to my door here. I didn't even need to use any like real cable management stuff. It basically just hides in a lot of good ways. So I was happy about that. Literally duct tape. Duct tape. I used white duct tape, so it like looks kind of nicer than just duct tape. But yeah. So now I essentially have a wired connection in my office because my computer is wired to the node, which is wired to the router, and I'm now getting like 900 megabits per second, which is much nicer. Literally fixed so many issues all at once. Um, I have one, two, three, four, five devices that are back here that are normally connected to this node, apparently. But up until I actually wired the backhaul, uh, the little app I had said that there were only three at any given time. I didn't know that that was different until this, and now I'm like, oh, that's why my lights sometimes don't work, and why the Google Home sometimes doesn't work in the kitchen. So, and yeah, DigiShell, exactly. That's the thing. The thing that really tipped the scales for me was this morning I tried to load my usual three websites. Like I every day when I wake up, every day when I wake up, once I get to work, and then after afternoon, I check Washington Post, Huffington Post, and Boston Globe, and none of those three were loading for me this morning until I took my phone off of Wi-Fi, and I was like, "How is this better? We paid $600 for this fucking system. It better fucking work." To answer your earlier question, we ended up going with the Asus Zen Wi-Fi. Um, is it Zen? Zen? The A, no, the XT8, XT8, is that what it's called? Shoot. Um, I think it's the XT8 is what the specific model is. Yes, yeah, the Asus Zen Wi-Fi AX XT8. Um, Rather expensive. I'm a little miffed now that we do have the wired backhaul because the whole point of getting this system over a slightly less expensive one that still had Wi-Fi 6 capability, because this has Wi-Fi 6, um, was that it's tri-band instead of dual band. So again, for those who don't know, you probably know the difference at this point between 2.4 gigahertz bands and 5 gigahertz bands on routers. Our router system, first of all, doesn't have those technically. I mean, technically it has them, but you can't choose between them. It will automatically assign the one that works best for whatever device you're using and where you are in relation to the nearest node or router. Um, but this one actually has one 2.4 gigahertz and two 5 gigahertz. And that second 5 gigahertz one is meant to be a dedicated wireless backhaul communication between the nodes. And now it's kind of pointless. That being said, I believe, if I'm correct, that the third band now that it's no longer being used as a backhaul, will be used as additional bandwidth. So it could, in theory, speed everything up a lot faster. Um, so I mean, Ragnarok, honestly, if it works for you, it works for you. Don't try to get something that is over the top just because it's over the top. I bristled at the fact that I was spending $600 for this setup, honestly, because I felt like we could do I kept feeling like we didn't need this, but when I sat down and thought about what we really need and why we need it, we have so many devices that are connected at any given time. We need high speeds both for me back here in the back office and high speeds for my roommate all the way in the front office who does a lot of work from home um, IT work. So a lot of remote desktop work. And then on top of that, a lot of Twitch streaming and a lot of online gaming. So we needed like high speeds, good connectivity. Pretty much every one of our lights in our house is a smart light, like the Google Homes, the Google Chromecasts, like all of this stuff needed to be online at the same time. So that kind of like, okay, this is going to have to be an investment, but it will last us for a while. The last router that we got kind of a cheap one that just kind of did what it needed to do. Um, and it lasted us for what, 4 years? So we can get this one to last us longer than that because the big thing for us in this case is we needed to cover a lot of space. Our apartment is rather large, and I am so thankful that we got it. But it is kind of like large enough and old enough that it means we have to jump through some hoops to make some modern things work. Yeah, DigiShow was helping me out a lot in trying to figure out what was actually needed. Because Wi-Fi 6 was something that I wasn't really sure was totally needed for sure. Like it feels like it's one of those things that you trick yourself into saying I'm future proofing. Future proofing is a terrible concept. Don't actually ever fall into it. The idea of future proofing kind of leads you down the path of constantly buying updated hardware instead of buying what you need right now for where you are and then reassessing later on. Um, if you try to future proof, you will inevitably come up short. Um, because you're expecting that piece of equipment to last a certain number of years in order to feel worth it for spending the extra money, and then if it will inevitably come up short with how technology moves. So I was convinced that I was deluding myself into believing that this would be, a future proofing thing, whereas you know we do actually have um, devices that use Wi-Fi 6. Um, Technically, my desktop has a Wi-Fi 6 card in it. Obviously, I'm not using it because I'm now using an Ethernet cable. All of our phones are Wi-Fi 6. My roommate's laptop and desktop are both Wi-Fi 6. So, it makes sense now. We're at the point where we have adopted enough Wi-Fi 6 capable devices and can actually use them to make use of it. So, but yeah, DigiShow was really helpful in helping me like contextualize a lot of this stuff and what we really needed versus what was out there and what I had available to me at the time. Because we actually had an offer from my roommate's father to give us a node for another system. We ended up not going with because it would actually be just as expensive. Um, and it sounded like there were a lot of tech issues with that particular setup. I was also kind of glad that we moved away from the huge big tech companies. Um, and we were originally looking at like versus Google's Nest Wi-Fi versus Amazon's Eero Wi-Fi. And Amazon's Eero Wi-Fi, we had an offer to give us a node that for free, but getting the other stuff along with it would have been just as expensive as getting the Nest system. And the problem with the Nest system is that it is already like 3 or 4 years old. And a lot of people are expecting that Google is probably going to release a new version like this year, if not next year. A lot of people have said they're really surprised if they're going to let this system sit around 1 year longer because it is so out of date. So I was like, we are a Google shop here. We've got so many Google devices, but I don't want to buy into something that's going to be outdated in like this year when it goes on sale. Like, I don't want to spend full price on something that's going to go on sale and be replaced by something better. Um, and no worries about the memes, Ragnarok. You'll be totally fine. Future proofing storage space on a phone. Yes, yes. Phones with expandable storage, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to have anything like that. When I was on Notes, I didn't give a rat's ass about my storage. Now that I'm no longer on the Note, unfortunately, I can no longer do that. Um, so I am now actually concerned about the storage on this thing, at least until they release another fucking Note. I'm shaking my whole camera by doing this. Um, which it sounds like they might. I want my stylus back. I want my stylus. I want my giant slab of glass that is easier to hold in my hand than this thing is. This just feels weird. So ah, ah. I wish I hadn't bought into it, but I also wish my phone hadn't broken and forced me to buy into it. So c'est la vie, I guess, right? Oh, did that just freeze? Can you hear me? What's going on? Ew. Why does it do this to me? I don't understand. Okay, it's still working. I don't know. Streamlabs, I don't know if it needs to be updated or something, but like every once in a while it just gets like there's a hitch. So um yeah, Digishell, I understand that. Okay. Yeah, Elliot, please. News, let's do it. If the interruption will actually be good for me because I can start the game in the background and then have that ready to go because I want to get to Psychonauts today so bad. I'm so excited to show you guys Psychonauts. You have no idea. I've been reading so many articles and watching a bunch of friggin' what's it called? I've been reading a bunch of articles and I've been watching a bunch of video essays about the original Psychonauts because I'm trying to avoid any spoilers for Psychonauts 2. And I watched like the recap of the story of Psychonauts 1 and the VR spinoff, but not spinoff, like the in between intermission, I guess you might call it, Rhombus of Ruin, which I will probably assign to you all as required watching and before we start Psychonauts 2. But yeah, should be fun. I had to cut one of my nails really short and it feels weird now. I'm happy that I get to show it to you. And I mean, like I only played it for the first time relatively recently. So like it's fresh enough that I don't have nostalgia necessarily. Oh, okay, there we go. I don't have nostalgia necessarily for it, but so I am willing to criticize it on issues that it may have, and I believe I've already identified one off the top of my head that I'm like, yeah, that was maybe an interesting choice, but it still stands that I was struck by and originally how much of a nuanced take on mental illness and the process of healing from mental illness that it is. Like, and it sounds like Psychonauts 2 dives deeper into that in another continues it being a really positive way. So I'm kind of excited to like open that discussion, I guess. And Elliot, if you don't want to post it in chat here, that's totally fine. You can feel free to post it in the Discord too if you're feeling nervous about anything. Also, if you're just typing and haven't finished yet, completely ignore me. My cake cool enough yet? Not quite. Oh, sticky. Not quite. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's awesome! Oh, that's really cool! I had no idea they were hiring. Well, that's really cool. Well, congratulations. Did you get a position, or are you just getting like the interview for it? I mean, either way, that's really awesome. I mean, it sounded like you said that you had some experience before, so I mean, some of that's going to pull over a little bit. The fact that you're interested, I can guarantee you that the fact that you are interested in the field is going to make them love you. So, because like one of the things that the assistant head of my library loves to try and impress upon student workers that come to work for us is the kind of the breadth and the breadth, the depth, and the appeal of library science as a field, and like how to give them things to do in their student role, you know, that don't compromise the library in any, you know, significant way. You know, if they make a mistake, it's not like a mistake in cataloging, which needs, you know, some pretty hefty oversight if you're going to do any of it, you know, even just to start as a professional. But, you know, give them something to do that lets them kind of stretch some of their legs a little bit, use a lot of their knowledge, and get a taste for what the profession is like. Because it's one of those things that, like, whenever I talk to students about what librarianship is like, it's kind of like we don't have a subject exactly, right? Like everyone kind of has their own subject. You can be excited about anything and still be a librarian. You know, you can be excited about public service and, you know, helping like at-risk youth, and you can be a youth librarian or a teen librarian at a public library. You can be an engineer, you can be an engineering major and then go into engineering librarianship. You know, you can cover that. You can be a software developer and you can go into developing software for libraries in-house. Seriously, go into software to develop in-house tools for libraries. Oh my god. So, you know, it's cool, I think. Let's see where I am here. Can I just restart the Citadel party? I think I can. 41 hours, 43 minutes. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're just gonna restart this. We're basically just gonna replay the party and just do the high energy party instead. So. Think there's nothing else to do. Invite everybody, of course.
What sort of party are you hoping to have tonight, Commander?
There we go, yeah, okay.
I could set things up for quiet conversation, or would you prefer a more energetic evening?
I think it's time to blow off some steam.
Excellent choice, Commander. Allow me to cue up a series of popular nightclub tracks and...
Alright, here we go.
I will also modify my appearance to be more festive.
Put on your little bow tie, man. Little bow tie. Whoop whoop. Everyone but Jacob? Oh my god. That's so mean.
Hey, come on in. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for the invite.
Make yourselves at home.
Thank you.
Happy to be here, Shepard.
Bye, Kasumi. Good to see you. I won't be seeing you again.
Man, this music is hot. The right music sets the tone for the whole party, right, Esteban?
Sure. My parties are always a little hit and miss, to be honest.
Stick with me, bud. I'm a party legend. Back in school, they called me Party Vega.
Golly, I hope they had t-shirts printed.
My God,
I read
I
it.
just thought of a joke. Okay, now that they're done talking, they should have called him the Vega Bus. They should have called him the Vega Bus. Am I right? The Vega Bus is coming, and everybody's jumping. I'm done. I'm done. Bad joke.
Hey, Shepard. You gonna have a drink?
Sure. How's everyone doing?
Ask me after 5 more of these. I'll drink to that.
Am I gonna find you on the floor tomorrow morning, LT?
Here's hoping.
Well, that's great. I can wake you up with my abuela's huevos rancheros.
Hey, thanks for doing this. I kinda needed to unwind a bit, even just for a night.
I think we've all learned to rest.
That we have, Steve.
Here's to us. And a chance to rest.
Hey, James.
Awkward.
Having fun?
I'm relaxed, but fun? I think my kindergarten graduation was more fun than this.
Very funny.
Don't worry. I'll see what I can do. You know if that waterfall is warm water or cold?
This is the same thing. Okay. He literally said the same exact thing.
You know why Cerberus is gonna lose? Demographics. You recruit a guy who's 20
Well, I'm sure there are differences eventually.
for the cause. But do you see any old people in Cerberus? Any families? No. There's no future in a terrorist group.
And sure, they pay, but you ever bring up vacation time, there was a brick wall.
That reminds me, I heard you're going to be a father. Congratulations.
Yeah? Thanks. Be lying if I said I wasn't scared.
You'll do great. You're a protector. That goes a long way.
How about you, Joker? How would you turn Cerberus around?
I'd make Cerberus popular. Big propaganda campaign like I was running for president. Fundraising dinners, shaking hands, kissing babes.
I think the expression you want is kissing babies.
I know what I said.
I mean, Elliot, it's kind of a mixed bag, at least from what I can tell from different library tracks that I've seen. I mean, I picked a library track that's definitely like a choose your own, whatever you put together, cobble it kind of a thing. I mean, archives definitely have their own kind of specialty area. There's a lot that you need to learn about particular archival practices that you won't get with other tracks in the library field. It's the same degree, like, don't get me wrong. But like, I haven't learned a lot about archival standards because I wasn't on that track. And they have like some specific requirements in they have specific requirements for you to fulfill in order to get that archival track. I don't know exactly how that comes across in your degree necessarily. It's like I said, it's still the same degree. And then not children's librarianship, but school librarianship is the only other one that I know that's very special. School librarianship requires particular certificates, as far as I know. Like the same kind of thing where, you know, teaching in a public school requires particular education degrees and certificates than, you know, teaching at the college level does. Even though teaching at the college level requires you to have a bunch more degrees, it doesn't require you to have like certification on certain things.
Please, I asked you to step back.
You know, I miss the days when Cerberus was just hilariously incompetent. You know, when you two ran things.
Excuse me?
The only thing I was in charge of was the Lazarus Project, which, you will note, was very successful.
Hey, Commander, this is Cerberus. We were studying some Rachni, and they got loose and killed all our guys. Can you take care of that? It's one system over from where we hooked some guy up to the Geth, who then got loose and killed all our guys.
They did rack up quite a body count. And at least back then, it was usually their own bodies.
We knew some cells were bad, but the Alliance and the Council weren't doing anything. And we were doing good work.
And crunches. Lots of crunches.
Thank you, Katsumi.
But we did bring Commander Shep back.
And after taking down the collectors, I cut ties with Cerberus, got loose, and started killing all their guys.
For which we thank you.
Jeff, do you remember that I am also a Cerberus project?
Oh, crap.
Yeah, Jeff, you might have fucked yourself over on that one.
Thanks for inviting me, Shepard. It's nice to see you like this.
How do you like the new crew?
You always attract the best.
Have fun.
You bet I will.
Edie, up for some bad examples of human behavior?
You mean examples of bad human behavior?
Just a hint. Grammar correction, not the best icebreaker.
No, I think they are bad examples as well as examples of bad behavior.
You think?
Well, weird, but good. Nice to know it's not always arm wrestling reapers with us. Anyway, thanks for putting it together. I'll try not to be too embarrassing.
Good luck.
Wow, this is quite the apartment.
Seriously, you see that waterfall? And that hot tub looks like something I might want to check out later. Without you.
And this was Admiral Anderson's place?
I could never live in a place like this. I'd worry about breaking the furniture.
But you have no plans after Edie? Someone more human?
No. She's smart, she's funny, and she's into spaceships.
You know what you want. I can respect that.
All right.
Shepard?
Shepard.
So,
Rex.
where'd you propose?
I haven't yet.
Seriously?
I want to do it right. Not on some backwater rock planet with some ring pumped out of a fabricator. My plan is, Shepard gets me and Bryn into the council chambers. We do a picnic under the cherry blossoms. Then comes the question.
Commander?
So Joker set you free, right?
There's so
You ever
much
get
dialogue here.
Real deal AI?
The same stuff, though.
Programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Thank you.
I asked directions from that bot on the way here.
Shepard?
So, do you have infiltration software that lets you fake being drunk?
Yes, though it is rudimentary. The planned strategy was to avoid social situations where naturalism would come under scrutiny.
I want to see it.
You are seeing it now.
Man, some Cerberus programmer phoned that one in.
Hey, Shepard.
Assuming that that means we have reached the end of their dialogue.
Hello, Shepard.
Okay. Next.
I can't get over the size of this apartment. The electric bill alone could have paid for my college tuition.
Or funded the war.
Or made a nice down payment on one of those Atlas mechs. Always wanted one.
Or put an air conditioner in this suit. You have no idea how hot it gets.
So, Shepard, you can serve this swill, but can you drink it?
Someone has to drive y'all home.
Are we sure the Normandy is still there? Has anyone else tried to steal it? Stealing the Normandy? Now there's an idea. What? Who?
Trainer, you still have your toothbrush?
We can always get another Normandy. Call up Cerberus and ask them to please build us the SR3.
But wouldn't that require you to change your name?
So she's already drunk.
Zora von Normandy SR3.
It's Vas Normandy. Vaughn means one who has a weak bladder, which feels appropriate right about now.
That we have, indeed.
Here, here. Some of you more than others. I'm just honored to have squeaked in.
To the Normandy.
And to falling in love with the ship's captain.
Was that a wise choice,
Hi.
my dear?
I'm trying to socialize. I'm not particularly good at it.
Not much for big parties?
Well, if I know people, sure, but some of your friends are legends. I can't just ask if they've tried the hummus. Also, Dr. Chuckwus apologizes for not being here. It's some emergency medical consult on the Citadel. She sent some fancy liquor, though. It was great. Wish you could have had some.
This is nice. I don't spend much time with everyone like this.
Correction trainer. All of my friends are legends. Where I wander around a little bit, I realized after the fact that I need to do that a teensy bit. Give me an excuse to run away, come back, and listen to more.
I still feel like something of an outsider. You all have such a history with Shepard.
It's mostly a lot of running and shooting, and usually somewhere in there a button needs pushing, but Shepard always hogs that part.
Yes, a history of close calls, narrow escapes, and more near-death encounters than I care to remember. Working with Shepard reminded me of my younger days. Running with mercenaries, blowing things up with mercenaries, and occasionally sleeping with mercenaries.
Oh my. Oh my.
All I kept thinking was, I hope she took a shower, because my filter needs replacing, and humans carry a lot of germs.
And 3 years later, here you are, drinking her alcohol through a straw. I'd call that progress.
Something to look forward to, then.
Drinking her alcohol through a straw. I think you mean emergency induction port. Come on. I need all of this icing onto this cake. Thank you, please. Probably should have mixed this up a little bit. I feel like it's separated a bit. I didn't know that icing could separate, but here we are. Okay. Bueller.
Okay, I admit, when I first heard about it, I thought Archangel was some sort of mascot for a perfume company.
I got your hopes up, Tally. When I first heard about it, I thought the Shadow Broker was a shadow boxer. I pictured some sort of Elcor punching bag.
And that's exactly what the galaxy should keep thinking. Not that I have a personal interest in it or anything.
Fucked this up. Oh no, I fucked this up. Fuck.
What? You're crazy.
Hey, Shepard.
Alright, we're at the Hey Shepherd phase.
You got it.
Alright, you four.
Protein gatherings were nothing like this. We considered the future and respected the dead.
Sounds boring. There's usually more yelling and cursing at any gatherings I go to.
Yeah. Get a bunch of Krogan together and things always get fun. And probably broken.
That sounds more like it.
You're right. These things are better when you have redundant systems and natural plate armor. Can't argue with that.
So who is strongest? You or the tank brain?
Yeah, I'm plenty curious myself.
What'd I miss?
The Prothean here wants to know who would win in a fight between me and Rex.
You gotta admit, Shepard, it's a good question.
It is a good question.
Baby Pyjak here wouldn't stand a chance. Don't listen to this fossil. The only thing he could defeat is a glass of warm milk. Ah! I got head lice bigger than you, Junior.
You boys done talking?
Yeah. Only one way to settle this.
Oh, here we go.
Now the party's starting.
Another time, guys. I don't have time to buy new furniture.
Ah, just when it was getting good. Yeah, you got lucky. Reminds me of Cora's den. Haven't been back there in a while.
You know, that line doesn't really make sense when you do the quiet party. This reminds me of Cora's den. Bitch, there's soft piano music and, like, cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. What part about this reminds you of Cora's den?
I wonder if there's anything stronger behind the bar. Too many things to break in here. Could be a fun party. What kind of music is this? That's not that club crap, is it?
In my cycle, too many people in one room risk a high casualty rate if attacked. We should all be careful. 50,000 years from now, no one will remember this party. What is the point? Beware. Something called a Kasumi is on the premises. It pretends to be invisible. Foolish primitive. Nothing escapes these eyes.
Alright, let's keep going. What is this music right now? Like, what is this? Ain't no Kasumi, I guess. Yep, okay. Let's re-engage the quarreling quadro.
100 Vulture. Sure. Better if I could shoot some kind of death ray out of my bad eye here.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I think I checked the downstairs bathroom, though.
Hey, Shepard.
No, that's not. Oh, yeah. I figured that if it didn't show up right now, it would show up the next time. Yeah.
Your guests appear to be getting rowdy, Commander. Would you like me to change the intensity of the atmosphere?
The party's just starting. Let's turn it up.
At your service, Commander.
Pump up the jam. Pump it up. Oh. They left this area. That's a bad thing.
Can't come in either. Stop asking.
Uh-oh. I feel like inviting random people up is a bad idea. Yeah. Right. If the quiet party led Garrison Zaid to booby trap my entire fucking apartment.
How's it going over here?
You can't come in. It's going good.
I see that. Anyone interesting trying to get in?
Not really. No. Get lost.
That Vorcha will not stop.
No.
Can I try that?
Sure. Press this button and say no.
No.
Great work.
Thanks.
Good.
See? Easy.
Keep up the good work.
Will do. I told you already. No! Yes, I like I. And no, you can't come in. Hey, Shepard. Thanks for the invite. Never been to a human party before. I've had lots to drink. And look at me. Still standing. Yeah.
Only just.
Ever seen a Krogan drink so much they get sick on your floor? I'm here to make sure that dream comes true.
Oh my god.
I can stop bullets with my mind. Ah! You guys, I love you guys. No, listen, okay? No, really. Okay?
Good.
Worst planet to get shot down over? We're talking pre-war?
Is this
Pre-war, light-bearing
feels
worlds
like
only.
real leather?
I'm going with Garden World, yes, but it's got those chlorine swamps.
I will see your Tariq and raise you Azoria, home of toxic spores and athlete's lung.
Neither of you'd last a day on Tuchanka. And Tuchanka supports life.
I think you meant to say consumes.
That's the point. It's got critters that'll rip your guts out.
Well, assuming it's a crash in the Kodiak, I'll have my arms locker. Bring on the wildlife.
Hey guys, talking shop?
No worries, this is fun for us. So, you don't have a sidearm under your pilot's chair?
The weapons locker is on the bridge, practically right there.
A weapon you can't get to is no weapon at all. When's the last time you trained with a handgun?
Sometime before I got the ass-kicking robot as my co-pilot.
That's no good. What if you have to save Edie someday?
Unacceptable. You should always train.
Oh boy.
Pilots are warriors too.
You know what this is? It's a man emergency. Take this kid out.
A man emergency?
Do target practice.
Exactly. Some range time will fix you up. Right, Commander?
You are not taking me shooting. My testosterone levels are plenty high. I fly a deadly war machine, remember?
This is a hard one. Oh no. Part of me wants to see Joker do target practice, but Joker does have a point. He flies the big angry death machine. Is he gonna end up with broken bones if I make him do that though? That's like, I don't want him to have broken bones from a party. Am I too nice? Am I just too nice? Is that what I am?
Joker's
I mean, I can definitely do both another time, but I'm not gonna be able to.
Knocking Joker. This is about being prepared for the worst.
Man, I didn't hear of any gunplay when Rex grabbed your shuttle on Sirkesh.
If there had been, I'd have killed our best shot at an alliance with the Krogan.
You mean you would have wounded him? Ah!
And maybe we should drink. To brains as well as guns.
And maybe we should have booze.
Great party.
Yeah, I am going to strictly limit myself to only playing through this once. So, we aren't going to do this multiple times today.
You again? I thought you were dead. You can't come in.
Oh, don't give me that look.
What look?
That I wanted to watch Joker break his hands off at the shooting range look. It's not cool to mess with people because they've got limitations, you know?
No. Next you'll be going on about how the strong aren't supposed to eat the weak.
Speaking as the weak, yes.
But everybody's weaker than me. What am I supposed to do for lunch?
3 words. Thresher, Maul, Jerky.
What the fuck is happening over there?
What was the name? Yeah. No.
And Digishell kind of respond a little bit to the question.
What were your fighters like?
It was kind of more like
Than any I've seen in this cycle.
making sure that I don't miss something really good
Their training. It remains
on stream at least. Like I said, I can play this again
it shows
off
skill and
off
work.
stream, off camera.
Wow. Kind of makes me tear up a little.
Kind of makes me wonder how they could afford to lose a perfectly good fighter.
No.
I don't know. Does he have just like an endless no moment?
Commander.
Don't worry, Shepard. They won't get in.
Actually, I think might be.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Sweetheart.
Oh
we
no.
Never really talked about it, but
oh no.
Have a lot in common.
We do.
Of course we do. We're both hunters, right?
I suppose we are. And?
And, well... And we're both good looking.
Hello, Shepard. Zaid was just keeping me company.
Hello there.
You're admiring the art?
Beauty, as they say, is in the eye of the beholder. Hey, Shepard. Hey, beautiful.
What do you think, Samara?
Hang on. Don't get all snooty on me. I didn't say I didn't like it. I do like it, actually.
If I'm completely honest, I'm not sure what it is. I like the way the colors blend, and the depth of the... Actually, I have no idea what I'm saying.
It makes me feel uneasy. Like when you're alone in the dark, lying in wait, and the cold wind brushes across your face like the kiss of death.
Huh. You are a complicated individual, Zaid Masani.
You bet your sweeter sorry ass.
Are Saeed and Samara gonna sleep together? What's gonna happen here?
Occupied.
So if I go back, no, that was just her trolling me. Okay. It probably won't. That's fair.
Here's the thing, beautiful.
Oh, now he's more drunk.
I've had a few drinks. You've had a few drinks.
I haven't.
Right. Still, what do you say that we sit by that fireplace and snuggle?
You've never struck me as the snuggling type.
Even a ruthless killer's got to have a soft side. And I can see from here you definitely have a soft side. Come on.
No.
Well, that's clear enough.
All right, Zaid going ahead and actually respecting boundaries. I am happy about that. Also, new headcanon. Zaid sleeps with a teddy bear.
Almost 1,000 years worth.
I'd like to hear them. And then I could tell you about my... Jessie. Oh, Jessie was beautiful. Once you've experienced a love like that...
Did you and Jessie have children?
Oh, no. Jessie was my rifle. But also my best friend.
You know, Zaid, there's nothing wrong with silence between two friends.
Oh, got it.
Oh my god. You know, when you've lived for 1,000 years, probably gotten kind of easy to take care of guys like that, but at the same time, it's still entertaining.
So, you're leading the Grissom Academy students?
Yeah. Is that a problem?
Just a surprise. Your psych profile suggested you were mainly interested in yourself.
You're telling me I'm only interested in myself? Oh, that's just fucking perfect. Did it occur to you that maybe I'm trying to grow as a goddamn person?
Oh, I could tell you were growing. I assumed it was whatever that is you're wearing.
Oh, these? Well, yeah. They were strapped down with a leather belt before. It's kind of a stupid move to show off your rack in the middle of a maximum security prison ship.
I never had the pleasure.
You'd never survive. You might break a nail.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
You're a spoiled rich girl cheerleader.
Victim.
Test tube clone princess.
I think it's past your bedtime.
Oh, did I hit a nerve? I didn't get to read your psych profile.
Right, you two.
Ladies, I see we've all gotten enough to drink.
Relax, Shepard. I'm not gonna smear the walls with her this time.
And I couldn't possibly think of anything worse to do to her than that haircut.
Ooh. My hair and I have been fighting brutes and marauders on the front lines of this war. Meanwhile, you got your big bubbly butt kicked by some guy with a sword.
You see, Shepard? Best of friends.
Ugh. I'm gonna make them gal pals.
Honestly, I thought it might help if you two just kissed and got it over with.
What?
I mean, this is all just sexual tension, right? Two powerful biotics, forceful personalities, confident in their sexuality.
You are shitting me.
Oh my god.
I'm ready to record. I'm pretty sure there's a market for this.
Kasumi, I will find you and I will hurt you badly. Ugh. I need another drink.
One for me too. No ice.
Good. That was great. I'm ready to record. I'm pretty sure there's a market for this.
Don't worry, Shepard. The cheerleader and I are just messing around.
You sure? You two seem pretty serious.
Nah. She fights better when she's pissed off. I'm just trying to keep her primed.
Here a teeny bit more, and then...
I hate to say it, but Cerberus was wrong about you.
No shit.
You're still violent and maladjusted. But the elusive man never would have predicted you'd bond with the Grissom Academy kids. You are growing, despite everything Cerberus did to you. I find that extremely admirable.
Wow. Thanks. I still really hate you, but you have fantastic tits.
Alright, I can live with that.
I still really hate you, but you have fantastic tits. Ugh.
We're not gonna hug or anything, are we?
You wish.
Why did they not let Jack be an actual lesbian romance option? I'm so mad.
Shepard, there you are. Hey, Shepard.
Alright, let's see what's upstairs.
Absolutely. Biotics are impressive. I'm not saying.
Oh boy, here we go.
You're just saying that they're not that impressive.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. Oh, shit.
No, it's fine. I'm sure no one here is insulted.
Maybe.
What are you trying to say, James?
I'm just saying. What I'm trying to say is... I mean, check out these guns. Biotics can't give you this kind of fine instrument.
There it is.
Physical form that you see.
You mean the 182 push-ups that I beat?
I get that.
I mean it. Check me out.
Not sure if I can tell just by looking.
Is there more to your argument?
Come on in closer. Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Christ. I'm there with you, Liara.
Everyone playing nice?
Of course, Shepard. James was just explaining how physical conditioning trumps biotics.
Really? You going there, James?
Come on, Lola. You have to go with me on this one. Biotics are strong, but unpredictable. All that cooling down.
Shepard, where did you find this guy?
A person can improve their physique, but biotics, they are what they are.
He's joking, right, James? I mean, what's your point exactly?
Okay, maybe it's not conditioning exactly. Maybe it's just the condition of one James.
Fucking God, Oh
Come
my
on,
fucking God.
Hey, Liara. Check it out. This guy here never has to cool down. In fact, the hotter, the better.
Hilarious.
Just hush and do some sit-ups. Just looking.
Goddess.
Oh my God, the original thirst trap. I'm sorry, I cannot side with James Vega on fucking anything. I have to grind his ego into the ground as part of my job.
James, this is a no-brainer. Biotics win hands down. We're talking about harnessing dark energy here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Look around you. That had to be an argument you couldn't win.
It's okay, man.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some. Ashley, you couldn't back me up?
Not without closer inspection.
Yeah? I think I can make that happen.
Okay then. Okay, more drinks, snacks, help yourselves.
Please don't fuck on the carpet. Jesus. Ugh, Jesus.
Specialist trainer, may I ask you a question?
You can ask me anything, Edie.
When you believed me to be a simple VI,
Oh boy, here we go.
you made comments about my voice.
Oh no.
Should I find somewhere else to be?
No, I wanted to ask you about... weren't you saying something about the Normandy's drive core?
No.
Could you?
I wish to understand why you find my voice sexually attractive.
Oh, that was a while ago. I can't even remember what I said exactly.
Unfortunately, she can.
Would you like me to play back my recordings of your statements?
Tolly, please stop helping.
Oh god, and it, you know, I kind of figured when the thirst started that Ashley and James were gonna sleep together, but like I want them to sleep together in a bedroom, not the hallway.
What's wrong, you two?
I am asking Specialist Trainer about why she found my voice sexually attractive.
This is a really good cheese, Shepard. I put some in through the filters. Is it organic?
On one occasion, you said that you wanted to, quote, pin my voice against the wall and run your tongue along its collarbone.
Well, there's a context there that... you were talking about quantum entanglement, and I didn't know you were an AI.
There's some kind of herb in the cheese that I can't quite place. Is it sage or basil?
Anyway, I was just joking. You know, stress of the retrofits and...
Really? My diagnostics suggested that you were genuinely aroused.
To get herbed dextro cheeses, the Turians almost never bother.
You have diagnostics. Cerberus programmed you to check body language.
I get more reliable results measuring pupil dilation and thermal readings of erogenous zones.
This is dextro cheese, right? Kira, did I forget to scan the cheese? This is why I don't drink.
Fair's fair, Trainer. Edie has a right to ask about what you said.
I was very interested in Trainer's ability to develop sexual feelings for what was, at the time, a bodiless voice.
You are all terrible. Edie, I apologize for saying that I wanted to roll naked with your voice in satin sheets.
Oh, I was not offended. In fact, it was flattering.
Even the part where I wanted to grab your voice by the hair and nibble my way down its back.
I do not, in fact, remember you saying that, Samantha.
Oh, that wasn't out loud. Never mind.
I'm just going to run a toxin treatment program, so I don't die.
Jesus Christ, Allie. Ugh.
I'm just going to sit here quietly and hope someone changes the subject.
Awkward.
Awkward.
She sobered up real fast, though, didn't she? She was drunk earlier.
I'm pissed, but I'm not gonna let it ruin the party. Or should I say, we're not. Right, Williams?
Fucking Christ.
Leave me out of this, hombre.
More drinks, yes? Jacob.
You dug this.
That was mortifying.
Tell me about it.
You need not be embarrassed. Sexual attraction is natural for organics. And given your orientation and interest in synthetics...
We can stop talking about this whenever you like.
I poisoned myself with cheese trying to change the subject.
If you are interested, I have a list of extranet sites involving romantic relationships between organics and synthetics.
No, you can't even... No! Oh, okay, sure.
Send me your dirty fanfics, please.
You ever just throw people around for fun?
People?
You know, people, things, stuff, pets, cars, whatever.
Of course not.
Oh yeah. All
Liara's over there like, why would I ever? Oh my god. And then Jacob's like, yeah.
How many bedrooms does this place have?
Too many. That's how many. Too many.
Hello, Commander.
Shepard.
Well, we might be reaching the end.
Shepard.
Shepard?
Fake lip hair doesn't fool me, Solarian. No.
What happens if I go out this door? Have we not found... Wait, where is Garrus? Wait a minute. Did you miss him?
Commander.
No, he's right here. Yeah, he's behind the bar. Nothing interesting to say.
Shepard doesn't have a half-brother named Sheppy the Volus. Nowhere.
Sheppy the Volus? Ah! What?
You're selling cookies. Well, no, I shouldn't let you in. Damn.
Oh, he wanted cookies.
Definitely no mimes allowed. There's no box. There never was. Nope. Just keep walking, chump.
Does have quite a lot more dialogue than I thought.
You've just lost the fight for your right to... Needing an immediate margarita intervention is not a real crisis. Get out of here. No.
You should really upgrade the security.
Okay.
No.
Alright, now I think we probably have...
Your guests appear to be enjoying themselves, Commander. What shall I do now?
Let's turn up the music and get some people dancing.
Very good, Commander. I have had little opportunity to use my bounce and spin functionality.
Okay, you dumb droid, let's do it. Bounce and spin.
This is unexpected.
Okay, part 3.
Yes, Edie.
At social events like this, it is customary to dance with friends or loved ones. Would you dance with me?
It's gonna take a lot more than a polite request to make that happen, Edie.
I have recordings of you talking in your sleep that would make for a highly amusing extranet video.
You just... Oh, Edie, you.
So he won't dance with you, huh?
Hello, Shepard. You will not.
Well, I will.
Seriously, though, don't go there.
Well, then maybe...
Jesus Christ.
Other people are dancing, Jeff.
Yes, they are. And I am sitting here enjoying my drink.
You know what? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna support my girl Edie here.
Joker.
No.
Come on.
No.
Seriously?
Ugh. fine.
Aww. Adorable. Terrible, but adorable.
Dancing is often considered pleasurable, Jeff.
Well, not for me.
Perhaps you've just never found the right partner. Are you having fun?
Kind of.
Excellent. Your dancing closely resembles Shepard's.
Oh, low blow.
Oh.
Edie, check this out. Oh, pancreas.
Very impressive. Your central nervous system is well coordinated given your inebriation.
Looks like you're not the only dancing machine at this party. Am I right?
Jeff.
Oh, damn. What happened to the sound file? Damn. That would have been good to hear.
Hello, Shepard.
Actually hearing them say, I love you? Fuck.
Dancing during wartime wastes precious energy.
Can't dance myself. I move like a greased, one-legged Varan. Not a pretty picture.
Shepard!
So here's where the party's at.
Goddamn right. Come to hang out with the popular kids, Shepard.
Easier to talk back here. What do you think of the music? Great? Bad? What? Not as good as in your cycle, hey, Javik? Am I right?
Of course.
Knew it.
Maybe we can leg wrestle later. Perfect end to a perfect evening.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'll look for you later then, maybe. I got a piss.
Charmer as ever.
What's up, Commander?
This was nice, you know? Civilized. Don't get much of that.
If we are not completely annihilated by Reapers, and the galaxy is not decimated for thousands of years, then we should do this again.
I like that in this party, Zaid is like calm and chill.
Shepard?
But in the quiet party is when he starts like booby-trapping the whole fucking place.
You should bring out those moves more often, trainer.
You and I dancing at the same time? Too dangerous. We'd light the room on fire.
Oh my lord.
This is unexpected. And fun.
I'm always amazed humans can dance with the way your legs bend.
The way our legs bend.
Yes, you and the Asari. I'm surprised you don't tip over.
I don't tip over until I found company, dog legs. Till then, watch and learn.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Shepard. Oh no.
Captain on deck.
She sucks at dancing.
Always been like this.
Shepard is saving the galaxy. You have to forgive a few eccentricities.
It's very enthusiastic.
Hey, I'm good at tangoing.
Hey, that's my girlfriend. Ah, oh, damn it. I almost kept it straight. What is she doing with her arms?
Good to see some things don't change.
Well, I like it, Commander. It's good to see you cut loose now and then.
Yeah, you're the one doing this, the step touch clap. Jesus. Ugh. Thank you for all your support. Can't talk to Glyph and make Glyph do the bob and spin.
Shepard, is it just the alcohol, or do you have vids running in your head of us mostly naked, completely alone, and shamelessly rolling all over a couch?
Oh my. Keep it in your pants till later, sweetheart. Oh my.
Really? You have them all memorized?
67. Holmium. Very reactive. Very magnetic.
Turian parties almost never end with someone reciting the elements.
68. Erbium. Atomic weight 167 and change.
Oh my god.
My turn. 69.
In your dreams.
Jack, no, you're supposed to say
I
nice.
don't get it.
I'll explain it later.
It's thulium, in case anyone cared. Turians have trace amounts in our skin. Protects us from solar radiation.
Nerd!
Tally, that's rich coming from you. Jesus.
Commander?
Hello, panties. Oh, hey, Jeff.
My drawers?
I go through everyone's drawers.
Can't you just mingle and have fun like a normal person?
Why would I want to do that? By the way, you have excellent taste in underwear.
Glad you could make it, Kasumi.
Thanks. I'm having a really good time.
By your very strange standards.
Yep.
Thank you.
Earlier than I was expecting. I kind of thought they'd have a camo pattern.
That's not how you spell camo either. Bad subtitles. That's all we're getting. Try one more time, just in case. Yep, that's it. Okay. Check the back den. That no one is in. I hear Grunt laughing upstairs. That is a bad sign.
Could not.
Could you?
Oh boy, here we go.
Biotics in action.
I could float you off this balcony without breaking a sweat.
I want to see
I
this.
know you could, but do you have the cojones to actually do it?
Do it, do it, do it.
Buckle up, brother.
James, seriously?
Shepard.
What's up?
Just demonstrating a little biotic supremacy.
Hey, James?
Yeah, this is trippy. I'm kind of buzzing all over.
Exactly. Nice, right? I can feel that way on a whim.
Do you find it relaxing?
Uh-oh.
Among other things.
Oh my lord.
Good on you. I'm glad you lost that bet, James. When's my turn?
Careful. I need my full crew back when the night's over.
Okay, you've had your fun. Put me down now.
Come on, let's dance.
They actually meant let's dance. Okay, I thought that was gonna be like a... Okay.
Wonderful party, Shepard. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Glad you came.
Strange to see everyone in one place. Perfect, really. Hey, Shepard.
He just does push-ups? How boring.
It feels so good to let loose, doesn't it?
Gotta work it out somehow.
It does. I'm usually pretty crap at this. This and baking. I can't figure it out.
I know what you mean.
This and baking. Alright, I'll have to keep it on the bucket list.
Wait, look.
Oh, I'm licking. Believe me.
Yeah.
Look, I think you're beautiful and kick-ass, with an emphasis on the ass.
Thanks, that's sweet. I think you're kind of sweet.
Your lips are amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, you guys done? Alright. You want a room? There's like a couple right over there.
Hey, you two. What's up?
Nothing.
Really?
No, Shepard, we're fine.
Lieutenant, did you just giggle?
I did not just giggle. I'm just, you know, Shepard, can we help you with anything?
Oh, I could cock block. I really could, and I'm tempted to, but I don't know that I'm that mean. I am mean to James, but I don't know that I'm that mean to Ashley. Alright, fine.
Looks like you guys are having fun. Sorry to interrupt. I should probably go check on Glyph or something.
See you later, Shepard.
Nobody's gotten into the hot tub yet, so I guess I'll call that a win.
Ashley, tú con tantas curvas y yo sin frenos.
What was that? Say that again.
Ashley, tú con tantas curvas y yo sin frenos.
I hate him so much. Why is he awful?
Tú con tantas curvas y yo sin frenos.
Is she just gonna ask him to say it a fourth time?
Say it again.
Yep.
Tú con tantas curvas y yo sin frenos.
You having a fun time there?
Hey, Shepard.
Ashley, do you know what it means? Like, just... Oh, Lord. Well, found Grunt.
Grunt? You okay?
What? Yeah. I got 5 credits.
Excellent. Go back to sleep.
Wiggly arms.
It was broken. I got it.
Oh, poor baby.
Where you're supposed to. Oh. Down here. Let us.
I am a wizard. I am pinball wizard.
Charge! Give me more.
What's that, Grunt?
Give me more. Give me more. Mr. Food Shack. Shotgun. Every time I found this blue rock.
Oh, salacious. Who's a space cowboy? Ba-da, 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 ba-da.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
You must be talking to me. Ooh, duct tape. They don't look like birds. They look like cats.
Turians, okay.
I am the law. C4. Pay up.
4 pay up. Okay, so well, never mind. I won't extrapolate on that.
Sad Hanar can't wear sweaters. What are clowns hiding?
Secrets. Their hair is full of secrets. I think we might have hit the end. That's the 3rd time that exact voice line has happened. Yeah, okay. I think that's the end. What are clowns hiding? Secret. Ooh.
Shepard?
Gotta make sure that he's doing okay. Okay. I think we might have hit it all. Okay. Where the fuck is Glyph? Picture time.
Would you care for a memento of this evening, Commander? My servant.
I'm actually gonna try to get a picture this time. So that didn't. Nope. Sound. Oh. Gameplay. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna turn subtitles off, and we're gonna give that a shot.
Surveillance systems include state-of-the-art cameras. Please gather everyone.
Hey, Shepard.
Hey, everyone! Come over here for a minute. Let's get a photo to remember this. Arrange yourselves on the sofa.
An excellent suggestion, Shepard.
Great idea. I want a copy.
Make way! Make way!
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Like anyone here is fucking sober enough
If you could all please
to arrange themselves.
this way.
Okay, everyone say Normandy.
Normandy!
One of those 3 that I just got should be good. All right, now we gotta pick up the pieces from the party.
Oh, what a night. But look who's here.
Yeah, I hung out a lot of places last night. Your upper body, your lower body, pretty much all the parts in between.
Turians certainly don't lack for a sense of direction.
And you don't lack for places to get lost.
Let's see if anyone else is up.
Woo! Okay. Now I will turn the thing back on, and so.
Shepard, hope you're well. New mission on Tuchanka could end things.
Is it time to rule the galaxy now? Kneel before Javik. I had a dream. 50,000 years had passed. It was horrible. I was alone. Primitives had evolved. They ruled the galaxy. Solarians, Turians, the Asari.
Bad news for you, sweetie.
There was one. Liara. She had those eyes and that voice. She was blue. No, it was just a dream. I smelled primitives. It was no dream.
Oh, poor baby. Oh, baby. I'm guessing these are just...
Chromatins condensed to chromosomes and metaphase.
As much as I like you, Morden, I am going to skip this. You are wonderful.
Did we, break anything last night? I don't suppose you need anything around here calibrated. Yeah, okay, maybe I should just stop saying that word, but only if Liara stops saying, by the goddess.
By the goddess.
Good thing this place has extra bathrooms. Miranda takes forever to do her hair. You'd think with her genes, she wouldn't need to.
Was someone making tea? I could use some tea. The apartment seems so quiet now. The apartment seems so quiet now. The apartment seems so quiet now.
Shepard, good morning. I want to thank you for inviting me here. It was good to see everyone again. I hope you enjoyed your evening as well.
I am going to die.
It's still funny. She's just like curled in a fetal position on the bed, just being like, Rain regretting the body's actions the night before.
I didn't know you could go through that many toxin filters in one night. Do I have a tattoo? I remember something about a tattoo.
See, she didn't actually say that in this one.
Don't get me wrong. Great party, but... yeah. I'll just be here. Right here. Forever.
Well, Grunt left, so, you know. Gotta be somewhere. Oh, I guess I should check the balcony.
Morning, Chef. You went all out with the breakfast supplies. I didn't know you could get real milk on the Citadel. I had some. Thought it was soy. I'm not really lactose intolerant. I just don't put up with lactose's stupid drama. In case I don't see you again, thanks. That was a lot of fun. I should go. Stupid dairy products. Hey.
I should go. Stupid dairy products. Don't you dare not cheese.
Hey, Commander. Hell of a night. So I've managed not to throw up. Feeling pretty good about that. Oh, if everyone could just not talk so loudly, that would be great.
These all seem to be exactly the same.
Too loud, or walk too loud. You know, just think quiet thoughts. Ugh. Still fun, though. Commander.
Been a while since I hit the hard stuff. About time. You live past 700. You start paying for a night like that the next morning. Huh.
Little differences, I guess.
Shepard, good to see you up. Hope I didn't wake anyone up with my snoring. I go like a buzzsaw since I got my nose broke. By the way, you're almost out of bacon. Our bacon, anyway. There's still some of that dextrose shit in the freezer. I saved you 3 strips. Figured it was fair payback for all the times you saved mine, right? Shepard?
Morning, Shepard. Hope you slept well. Oh, I would have thought all those tequila shots with James would have prepared me for last night. What a night. Wish it never ended. Thanks, Shepard.
Some neighbors came by last night to complain about the noise. I put their bodies in the building incinerator. That was a joke. I have nothing else to report. I recommend breakfast.
I love you, but that was a bad joke.
Shepard, I was just going to lift some weights. Want to join? I feel fantastic. How about everyone else? 1,085, 1,086, 1,087. Shepard?
Hey, you look like shit. You know the best part of an overcharged biotic amp? No hangovers. Even normal biotics get hangovers, but I can drink until I puke and still wake up just peachy. That was fun. You guys even kept up with me there for a while. Hey.
Alright.
I think I broke my head on something last night.
You think, sweetie?
Bathroom is all cleaned up, Shepard. Good as new. Shepard. Shepard.
Morning, Shepard. Had a lovely time last night. I see everyone survived the festivities, more or less.
More or less.
Good tea.
Shepard? Morning. I need a floor to curl up on. Oh, not so loud. Hey.
Okay, who wants eggs? Liara, eggs? Trainer. Esteban, eggs? Joker, where is that guy? Ash, come on, I promised you eggs. Rex, buddy, eggs? Tally? Ah, she'll definitely want eggs. Javik, man, you gotta try my eggs. Anyone else? Miranda. Shepard? Eggs?
Eggs.
Shepard?
Eggs. Eggs. You want eggs?
So, last night, I didn't do anything, did I? I'm checking extranet sites. No hits yet, so maybe I just imagined that last part. I'm almost sure someone was recording us, though. Oh, I should probably talk to Edie. Or alternatively, I should never talk to Edie ever again. It's not my fault. I was overserved. Hey.
Well, I think that's everybody. As much as it pains me to say, I think it is time for us to let Mass Effect 3 and the Mass Effect series go for a little while. As much as I love all of these wonderful characters, I think that's it. All right. Well, in that case, let's switch tats. Oh, wait. Oh, whoops. Oh, I can get back in. That's not hard. What am I going for? Go back to the Normandy. Okay. Okay. Well, I must have missed it last time then. Does it matter which one you took? I have two different saves now. Okay, so we'll just go with the latest one. And I did not change my outfit, so yes, I will go command my warship with this fucking dress.
Duty calls, huh? Even with a hangover?
There's still a war on.
Unless the Reapers are on shore leave too?
I'm guessing they're not. Round everyone up, pass out the aspirin, and have them report to the Normandy.
You got it.
That's a shot right there. The dress does work for this, yeah. It's a very,
So,
meet me in Paris.
I guess it's back to the fight.
At least we threw one hell of a party. Probably the last one.
That doesn't sound like my girl. You'll find a way to win. And when this is over, I'll be waiting for you.
Aww.
Best times of my life were spent on that ship. Been a damn good ride.
The best.
I'm still choosing to believe that this happens after the Reapers have been destroyed. Head canon is the strongest canon. Alright, well, now that's it, I think.
Commander?
Looks like it. Completely ignoring the timeline. Always ignoring the timeline. Why would I not ignore the timeline when this timeline is way better in every possible way? Alright, now we are actually going to go ahead and pull that out. Alright. So I'm going to take a quick little bio break here. clean up my space a little bit with all this stuff that I've accumulated, and be back and start Psychonauts in just a minute. All right. See you on the few.